Welcome to Made the List. My name is Mike.
And I'm Anthony, and we are celebrating episode number 4.
Celebrating?
Well,
wasn't canceled after 3 episodes.
I got nervous after the pilot where we're going to get picked up.
By ourselves.
Exactly.
Picked up, Skip the Line Media. Yes, presented by Skip the Line Media. So we put this out, and yeah, he's right. We're happy we're not canceled, but if we did do it, it'd be ourselves doing it, so I don't know how that works.
And it still might. We got to get through this episode.
We're not ashamed yet of what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm also not ashamed of canceling our own asses.
Oh, wow. So
I mean, if we have to, we have to. But hopefully everybody's watched the first 3 episodes, Halloween-themed episodes. If you haven't, that's okay. You got a chance to go back anytime you want because this crap's going to be out there forever. Forever. Now, don't forget, like the page, comment on the page, and if you think of anything you'd like us to do or made the list on, put it in the comments, and we might actually do that. Maybe there'll be one lucky winner.
And subscribe and hit the always notification bell. And, you know, I was telling you earlier I wanted a wheel because I thought if people suggested ideas, we could put them on a wheel and we could spin the wheel of consequences.
First, we need an idea, then many ideas to necessitate an entire wheel.
So if you're watching, make a comment.
Yep, do it.
Tell us. We will do anything. You tell us favorite lipstick, we will do it. I promise. He will wear them.
No. You.
So.
Screw it, I will. I don't care.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a media whore. All right.
There you go. So tell them what we're doing. What's our topic?
We're going to do top 5 teen comedies today.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting list to me because when we first talked about doing it, you have teen comedies, but a lot of them, it's what actual type? It's coming of age movies.
And they're funny.
So we kind of wanted to try to narrow it down to teen comedies where it's just, you're going to have the love stories.
It's hard.
It's
hard not to have anything like that, but I would say, to me, one that I ruled out, and I'll just give it because it's not going to be on, I don't think I may not be on your list, but one I ruled out because it's more coming of age was like Breakfast Club. Because I don't think, while it's funny, there's a very dramatic portion of that, and it comes of age.
I think that's just the whole John Hughes list.
It's pretty close. Yes,
we can do that show later. Top 5 coming of age movies
but the thing
by
with John Hughes. There's not very many. Because you start getting into the Beethoven movies, and it starts looking pretty bleak.
Right.
It looks bleak.
Yeah.
Because he did Beethoven. Although he did Home Alone too. People don't know that he was a part of that. So.
Okay, so what we're gonna do with this episode, we've got a new addition to the show.
Yeah.
The Magic Orb.
The orb. It knows all. Actually, I was telling him it's like his generic version of a freaking 8-ball.
Basically,
we didn't have the budget for a real one, so we stole somebody's orb.
Because we don't have enough subscribers or likes
to
get a budget.
Subscribe and like.
So,
yeah.
I will let you do the honors to see who goes first on our list.
Will Anthony.
Don't be stupid and ask it who goes first. It doesn't work that way.
But I'm about to ask if you go first, and it's going to tell me.
That's fine.
Will Anthony go first? You can count on it.
Yes.
So he is going first. I next time I'll get the little camera. And
I really could care less who goes first, but
you're going first.
My number 5. Now this was really a tough list because I swear to God I felt like I could change my answers at any time with some of the movies, but I figured I've got to get a 5.
Yeah.
My first one on the list, number 5, Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes. The dance sequence.
The dance sequence, Uncle freaking Rico. It's just, which one? I bet I could throw a
Rico.
football over the mountains. His video.
Yeah, the video, the...
Vote for Pedro.
Selling breasts.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
I had to put that on there because it was... I've never seen a comedy like it. And when you watch it, you're like, what the hell am I watching?
Throwing the action figure out of the bus, the first thing you learn about this dude is weird. Yeah. Why?
John Heder.
That was his introduction to the world, kind of, in like a very large way. That was,
and then he followed it up with the ice skating movie with
Blades of Steel with what's his name? Yeah, that was great.
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell, yes, that was good.
Napoleon Dynamite. It is such a quirky, out there movie. It doesn't follow any traditional format but I would still consider it a teen comedy.
Yeah, it is. It's very funny. It so many. I'd say pop culture things that even today still get referenced. So to me, I can't hear that Jamiroquai song without
thinking of
seeing him dance.
Without a doubt.
Danced.
Absolutely. I actually, we throw back to the Halloween costume episode, the last one we just did before this, I actually was Napoleon Dynamite one year.
Oh, wow. See, How come that wasn't on your list then?
Because
That was a good one.
I had to make room for others. So
Yeah.
Napoleon Dynamite, number 5 for me.
You had to make room for Jehovah's Witness. All right, so
Still a good idea.
it is still a great idea. So what I'm going to go off, I'm going to come up with, I think you'll like this one. To me, it's classic. It's not a John Hughes film, of course. We've already talked about that. It's Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
All right.
Wonderful movie. Things I love about it, a lot of careers started in that movie.
Oh, absolutely.
You got Forrest Whitaker.
That cast was loaded.
Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Judge Reinhold, although he's a little bit sad lately. Didn't he get in trouble for some things?
He still had a good run at it.
We got to see Phoebe Cates and coming out of the pool in that scene, that one was that was great. And the Vic Damone guy, that sleazy, you got to see the sleazy. You got all the 80s tropes in there.
I think that is one thing too, though. When we did our 80s horror movie list, it kind of boobs. The formula.
It was in there.
For a teen
You're
comedy.
right. It had that, which is weird because they were rated to where kids couldn't go to them, but they got to them.
Napoleon Dynamite they were selling boobs, so I guess I kind of had that.
We have boobs, and both of them have a boob or some sort of thing. That Phoebe Cates, though, coming out of that pool. That was a great.
All right.
That was a great one. That's good. That's good. Over the line. Over the line.
Actually, right after that too, then she walks in on Judge Reinhold.
Oh yeah, that where he was.
That's a classic moment. Great choice.
Yep. Great movie.
Can't deny that.
All right. What's your? So we're going to go into his fourth.
All right, my fourth. Now, this was not actually a huge blockbuster as far as teen comedies go.
That's all right. I was hoping you'd have some prizes.
I had to put this one on the list because for me, this was just, I love this. It's hilarious. Slackers.
Oh, yeah.
Slackers.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Cool Ethan.
That one wasn't even on my radar. When I was looking at these, because there are so many iconic.
There were so many to choose from. This should have been a top 20 list, but even then it would have been a struggle.
Yeah, we go top 5. It's 20. It'd be just how long would this be?
But way too long.
Okay.
Cool Ethan. Just some of the having the people, the cast was great. It worked. They were hilarious.
Yep.
Slackers cheating through college.
That's
blackmailed.
It's
a good premise for a comedy.
Yes, it is. It is an excellent one.
It does have the love story in it, but it's not. Yeah, it's not too big of a part of the movie. It's just more the other stuff going on. Yeah. It was a great film, hilarious.
I agree, man. That's a great movie, great premise. There's like you said, there's so many out there. But that one I was looking at because when we do research on this, that was one that came up.
I'm thinking of things that in the movies too, as far as the comedy aspect, scenes that I remember that just make me laugh my ass off. The scene where he pretends to be with the Census Bureau to visit her parents, get some intel on her.
That's amazing. If you can do deep cover like that, that's.
And then just skipping forward, the dad coming back and gives his wife a kiss.
That's a great one. I mean, but that's a dark horse. That's one I did not think I would hear from you. So
no, well, I'm sure a lot of my list is probably stuff you didn't think you would hear from me because you probably had all in your mind what I would pick.
No, I didn't.
Liar. Okay.
Because my next one, I have, and this one was very popular in the aughts, the 2000s.
Yep.
You know what the aughts are?
The 2000s.
And this one, now, we already talked about this. This one I thought was too funny not to be on this list, but I felt it was kind of coming of age, but it was extremely funny throughout, and that is Superbad.
Okay.
Superbad, I just think, remember how we talked on the previous ones about iconic things?
Yeah.
What's one iconic thing that just came up in the news recently about this movie? McLovin. Some guy got arrested by the police for having an ID, a fake ID with McLovin on it. So that is in itself is a reason. But it was so funny from beginning to end.
Hilarious, hysterical movie.
Yes.
Raunchy comedy, but just start to finish, it was a laugher.
Yes, that one. That's why I think they say it's coming of age because it is these people dealing with going to separate schools and having to learn how to not be friends.
School. Yep.
And how to be friends and not be near each other anymore. And I get that, but in the end, it was really just about can we get some liquor and get laid? And their interesting journey to not get to that point, I think, really, in some ways.
You know, I mean, I think actually probably the funniest part of the movie is the ending.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill ending up with Jules? I don't think so.
No, Jonah. Not that Jonah Hill. Maybe Jonah Hill now.
I don't know.
He worked, he's all skinnied out
He's
now.
75 pounds down or up every other week.
Yeah, depends on which week. There's a week where he could get that, but back then there was no chance.
No.
He was still Jonah Hill from the 40-Year-Old Virgin that came in with the weird shoes.
With the shoes, with the pumps.
Yes. You're up, man. That's I like Superbad. Love that. The cop scene, the cops taking a dude out doing donuts. How wonderful was that? That was wonderful.
All right. Great choice. Number 3 for me. Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle.
Love the movie. Yes, I love
mean,
that.
That put Doogie Howser back on the map.
Yeah, kind of, because you really had forgot about him, and then all of a sudden you see him pop up in there
Neil Patrick Harris in that movie
with.
was
he doing drugs and in prostitutes in that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
was fantastic.
That was awesome.
fantastic. I really don't even think there's a lot you even need to say about that movie. I mean, the premise, stoners, again with the gnats in here.
Just the one little one. That's it. I think it's the lights.
2 stoners.
Yeah.
They need the perfect food.
It's White Castle.
White Castle.
Good thing they didn't live in Arizona because they just got their first one in Phoenix this couple weeks ago, or something like that. And they ran out of White Castles, and they had to close the store.
Oh
early.
God!
How does that happen?
Was it rioting like the Popeyes chicken sandwich thing?
No rioting. They don't riot in Phoenix. They just go to Vegas then to get their White Castle.
Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. Great premise for a
I love that one.
Yeah, that's my number.
I love that movie, and I liked the next one too, just to let you know, but not as much as that.
Okay. So number 3.
Yeah, I got to pick which one I want to put up here.
This is called Not Prepared.
No, I have the list, but the thing is, I want to tell you my next one,
Okay.
but it's going to be a revisit
Okay.
at that point. But I could go with another one I had on my list, and because you already said the one I want to say. So one of yours is on there, and I think you probably know what it is. What do you think my next one would be? It's one you've already used.
Napoleon?
Yes, right. Napoleon Dynamite. Because it was so different, so strange, so out of the box, so, I don't know. There's so many things, and I wasn't even a teenager when I watched it, but I understand.
So just quirky,
I think it helped make
subdued,
bring
and hilarious.
nerds to the forefront.
I think it's also Revenge of the Nerds did that.
No. But not in a good way. That was
Honorable
very
mention.
misogynistic. But that's more of a college movie.
No, Napoleon was great because it wasn't a raunchy, in-your-face comedy like most teen comedies are.
Yeah.
It's completely almost the other way.
Yeah, it was. It was more about this a character study of a weird dude who had this quirkiness and how everyone fit into that world. So, and that's what I like about it. It's not, you don't go in there thinking I'm going to see the usual underage drinking and boobs,
right?
And I'm going to see all this stuff. It really was about this guy.
I'm going to be myself, and I am going to get the girl with the side ponytail at the end.
And
play tetherball.
And I'll have a strange afro and have cool dance moves at the end.
Yeah.
That's what he did it. He danced his little took us off.
Okay, so that's again good choice because it was one of my choices. So
yeah.
Good job.
Well, I think you and I could see that happen.
I'm going to go off the rails a little bit here.
Oh, is it not on your list?
Here's the thing. My choice for number 2 was going to be Superbad.
Oh!
But since you just wanted to do this, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to throw something else into the mix that I actually, for the life of me, did not think about when I was compiling my list. And that's the thing. That's why I hate making these lists because then I'm like,
well, it's called made the list, and it doesn't say we can't augment it.
I'm going to augment.
Okay, augment.
All right. I'm going to go Grandma's Boy.
Oh, that's classic.
I know.
But is it teenage though?
Huh? I would call it a teen comedy.
Because of its subject matter?
They're video game testers. They're still basically teenagers.
Yeah. Well, they're not. They're like me, who didn't grow out of their...
Harold and Kumar, could you really call that a teen movie?
I don't know. Oh, you're the one who picked those. Now you're just dogging on your own stuff. I'm saying, at this point, you look at my list, we know what's pure. Mine's pure. Yours are questionable. But I will say this, there is no funnier scene than when that dude's mother walks in on him.
Oh, it sounds so good!
he wants to stop, but he can't. But he can't.
Yeah, that's to. And what was he using
Laura Croft.
Yep.
It was Laura Croft.
for his
yeah.
visual aid?
Yeah, he had her bent over the toilet there.
Yeah,
It was so wrong. It was so
Oh
wrong.
no!
That's
You
so
know
right.
what? I don't even know about that. I actually think even better is oh geez, what's his name? His one friend that sleeps in the race car.
Oh, yeah.
Comedian, but
Yeah.
him.
But he made the worst movie ever. That Dickie something.
Dickie Roberts?
Yeah, someone said that.
That was
some
David
people-
Spade.
No. What did he make? He made a different one. Bucky.
Okay.
Bucky. He made one of the worst comedies ever. They say.
But anyways,
Marsden.
The best part of
Swartzen.
that movie.
Nick Swartzen.
Yes, Nick Swartzen. The best part of that movie is him getting it on with Mrs. Partridge Family.
Yeah. Hey, you gotta
How
love
much
it.
time do we have? Enough time to 69.
Not enough time. But that
Okay.
that movie is classic. From the guy who sells the pot to the
Yep.
Dante. Yeah, that whole thing. Really, the part of it that is kind of gets annoying by the end is the guy who's like, that guy. Like, I'm over that part of the story. I like everything else.
Oh, I'm not. I still think that's great.
You like the whole?
Yep.
Well, hey,
Please
to each
sit
their own.
on my face.
Please sit.
All right, so I'm going to throw that in for number 2.
I like that's your number 2.
Well,
Well, yeah, it is. Okay.
on my list right now because I already gave 5, 4, and 3.
Now, here's the thing. I thought we're getting to the couple that I thought we would cross over.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Well, you don't know.
I'm sure we're going to cross the streams.
We're gonna cross the streams. But my next one is American Pie. Boom. I think that one is not number 1 on my list for a reason, but it is classic. There are things I love about that movie. There is the webcam-ish stuff. That was before.
Would never be made today.
No, it'd be too good a quality to be made. Now I have a camera that I can see things in my home that it's 1080p and I can zoom in and stuff.
I'm talking more about putting a webcam into a room where a girl is getting undressed and her not knowing.
Oh, that's
That's not going to get made today.
that would get shared, but then it would be #MeToo, put him in jail. That's what it would be.
Yes.
But yeah, there are some.
Castrate him.
When you look at those things now.
With the pie.
Yeah, with the pie. Although what he did to that pie.
Yeah.
That was so wrong.
So wrong.
But when I talk about movies like this, we were talking about the icons and the 80s horror things. This has an iconic thing, that one time at band camp. That right there will always be
That's
going to
live forever.
It's going to live
Absolutely.
forever.
Absolutely.
I think that movie did it. I think that one made me laugh from beginning to end.
Yep.
And I've even watched all the subsequent ones. I don't think they're as good as the
Oh, no.
first. I mean,
And then the spin-offs.
yeah, those are just
No.
That's like going further. It's like watching those National Lampoon movies that
Right.
you just shouldn't watch that were direct to video.
I will say, I do think the very second one, I think that was, obviously, they didn't live up to the original, but that one was still really funny too.
Where they ended being good was American Wedding.
Yep.
American Wedding was good. It was a good movie. It was them grown up, but I think it was less. It was a comedy, but that one was more coming of age than the first two, which I think were trying to be, but they weren't. They were just dudes trying to party. And
It was coming of age, just spelling coming differently.
differently.
Okay.
I think the American Wedding was where they were growing into themselves. That was a good one. But American Pie, brilliant. Love it.
All right.
Next.
My number 1.
That's your number 1.
I'm saying my number 1
Oh.
is next.
What is it?
That's my number 1.
Oh, yes! Yes!
American Pie.
Yes! Great movie. Your thoughts. It's your choice.
I think you pretty much hit on everything with that. Start to finish funny. The opening of the movie, he's masturbating to
Yeah.
blurry porn.
Yeah.
Parents-
Spice Channel.
Yep. After
Gotta
midnight,
dial it in.
Get the TV turned over to Channel 3. That right there, that had you. You're like, oh my God, what is this? What am I watching? And
What I didn't mention was the soundtrack, too. It was pretty good for that.
great
That was
soundtrack,
a good soundtrack.
Great soundtrack. Just laughable scenes throughout the movie.
Awesome.
Just
The
say my name, bitch.
oh, yeah. Then the brother who has the book that you can go read and learn how to
The sex Bible?
The sex Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. I mean, just
The brother, Casey Affleck.
That is true. Yeah, that movie had like.
Which he's gotten into some stuff too.
Yeah. Well, he also won. Did he win an Oscar too?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
And all the women in the world were so excited about that.
No, they weren't. But but there was a lot of great actors now that have come out of there, and they're everywhere.
Right.
So it's like of that generation.
Yes, they did come everywhere.
Yeah, but they also went on to do many roles. But Superbad, like we said, Superbad, same thing. And I think these are each ones are the generation's version of that.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like that time period's version of the Brat Pack.
Yeah. That would
say.
definitely be at that particular moment.
I think overall, the people from that film didn't go on to have the careers that the Brat Pack did as a whole.
No, especially
Obviously.
what's his name, the jock who played lacrosse. He had a
Oz?
few roles. Oz had a few
Chris
roles.
Klein?
Yeah, he's had a few roles,
Yeah.
but he
He decided after American Pie he would go on to superstardom with Rollerball.
Oh gosh, he made some career choices, but you know what? Maybe they paid him enough money that those choices have kept him rolling.
Hopefully.
I hope so.
Hope he's
I
not.
hope so. But that was a great choice.
Yep.
I love your number one choice, but I think you'll love my number
So
one.
what
choice.
are you going to trump that with?
Well, that's not hard. My number one, to me, is probably one of my top films, like my top 5 of all films
Okay.
ever made. That's
Showgirls?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. That to me, you're probably going to say it's coming of age, though. I'm guessing, but I don't think
no.
it is. The only person who comes of age in that movie is Cameron.
I don't
That's
think
the
so.
only person, because he's the only one who.
No, I wouldn't classify that as a coming of age movie.
You wouldn't? I love that movie from beginning to end. And I think as I got older and started understanding some of the references in it, because when I was younger and I first watched it, I liked it because, it's these kids skipping school and having fun. Then later on, you hear what he's talking about, isms and stuff, and then you start understanding, that's funny too.
I think one thing I would say with that too is to call it a coming of age movie. It's hard for me to justify that label of them coming to age in one afternoon.
Yeah, you're right. That's
They skipped school.
Well, Superbad
They
is
ate some lunch
literally
and went to a baseball game.
Literally, Superbad is from when they get out of school to.
Right, and again, I don't think I would say that's coming of age.
It's
either.
real. That's why we picked. I think that's why
That's
we picked that. Yeah.
why they made the list.
That's
so
why
far.
they made the
so
list.
Far.
And Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I think there's so many iconic things. I mean, obviously, when I say iconic phrases, Bueller. I mean,
Ben
who
Stein.
hasn't?
Ben Stein.
Ben Stein's thing. You got the dudes and to me, one of the scenes that sticks out to me, which was weird, is when the two dudes from the garage are driving the car and they go over the jump and you see their happy smiling
Yep.
faces as they're just launching. That's like one of the greatest scenes to me in that movie. But there's so much in that movie. There's kind of a love story, but really they already were together, so there's no growth in that relationship.
The love story is at the end.
Which one?
Jeannie and Charlie Sheen.
Oh yeah, that's the love story.
That's your love story.
The unexpected relationship, but that helped her pull that stick out of her ass.
Right.
Pretty much, I think that's what it did.
Put it somewhere else.
Yeah. But yeah, that to me is my number one.
Jennifer Grey, didn't she end up dating Charlie Sheen? I want to say she did, but I don't remember.
I bet she did.
I mean, I don't know who didn't at that time.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen was pretty big back then.
Right.
So until he drank the tiger's blood or whatever he did, he was pretty.
That was way later.
That was way later after 2.5 Men. But no, that's a great movie. That to me is like one of my favorites because there's so much in that movie. I'm a Cubs fan, and they go to a Cubs baseball game, so that to me.
So that's why it's in your top 5 right there.
That and I like it all. I do. I just like the whole thing. I like everything. I like the end of it. I like the parade scene. I think that right there is something that will always stick with everybody. Like the whole lip syncing on the parade. Although I think he's supposed to be singing, but it's lip syncing.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
To me, and I'll say that is my biggest pet peeve about the movie. Let alone, I'm a person who likes people who can really sing to sing.
I don't think he's going to really sing and sound that much like the Beatles.
Or Wayne Newton.
Or Wayne Newton.
Although he is in musicals, Matthew Broderick is very talented.
Oh, he absolutely is.
He's
without
in
a
the
doubt.
producers. But that is our list. So
All right.
you have your top 5. I have my top 5. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a moment to figure out what our ultimate top 5 is out of our 2 lists. And I'm guessing there's a couple that we've shared. that might make the list. But we're also going to get the opportunity to insist on one of ours being on that final list, right?
And if we have any issues coming up with a final one or any tiebreakers,
We will do the orb.
we're going to do the orb.
Do the orb.
Okay.
And we'll let you see that if we do that, right? So I'm going to cut right now.
And we are back. That was a
Brutal.
brutal, bloody.
Brutal, bloody match. Actually, I don't know how brutal. This is probably the least brutal it's going to get for
Yeah.
picking because we had three
cro-
crossovers.
We crossed the streams. So, yeah, this was not that hard.
It was not that hard at all. No, this was actually quite easy. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you what we did, and we'll tell you which ones we insisted on.
Okay.
And I believe what we start with is one that you insisted on?
Number 5, Grandma's Boy, a last second edition, just because I didn't think about it before.
Yeah. It's last second edition. That's number 5. Great movie. Not
Hilarious.
much-
It's in your face, raunchy comedy, but it's just.
Watch it.
Yeah, if you haven't.
If you haven't seen that movie, you're missing something. You must watch it.
Yeah, there's a hole in your life. Number 4.
Number 4, that one is Fast Times at Ridgemont High. I love that one. I insisted it be on here, and like we were just talking.
And I had no problem with that.
Mr. Hand
Yeah.
in that one, like Mr. Hand. But he's like, why do I have to share my pizza? You know, that type of thing. Like that's genius. And to think that Sean Penn was playing that role, and now you see him.
Spicoli?
In role. Yeah, and now you see him in his roles now. I don't think you'd ever see him doing that.
Well, yeah, that stoner pack right there. Look at that. Anthony Edwards,
Oh yeah.
Spicoli.
That whole.
Oh, geez. Drawing a blank.
Yeah, I'm drawing one too, so it doesn't help. It doesn't help. However, that was a great one. I enjoyed that one a lot.
It's going to drive me nuts.
But that's our number 4, and that's the one I insisted on, so that was there. But now we go into the ones I think we pretty much agreed, and then we just nailed down an order.
Yes. Number 3, Napoleon Dynamite.
Excellent. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Masterful.
And at the same time, so not. It doesn't seem like it is, but it is.
And you know, it's really funny from beginning to end. And I'd say the reason it's not number 2 or number 1 is because it has a little more depth to it. It's not just comedy,
Right.
But it is really funny. While there are other ones that we have on here that are just you're laughing from the beginning to the end.
They're pee your pants funny.
Yeah, the ones that
Yeah.
make your ribs hurt at
Yep.
the end of the show.
All right, so number 2.
Was that one? Oh, Super Bad was super good.
It absolutely
That was awful. I should not have said that. That was too easy. Super
Don't-
Bad is super good.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Don't cut that out, though.
Okay. I can cut whatever I want. Cut what I want.
So-
Super Bad. Loved it. Enjoyed it. One of my favorites.
Yes. And a lot of these two, rewatchability, you have to take in consideration.
I could watch that one again.
I could watch that, definitely.
I actually have it on DVD.
Anytime it's on, I'll watch it. So,
I do. I will watch that one anytime it's on. But all these that we have discussed, if they are on, if I see them.
I'm watching it.
Yeah, because I have every channel. And so, like, if I see it on any of the premiums, I'm watching them.
Okay. Now, before we get to our number 1, I would like to point out I won because your number 1 movie didn't even make this list. I'm calling myself a winner.
Well, it was my number 2, so I'm calling myself a winner because 4 of mine made the list.
Right, but your number 1,
4 of yours made the list, and 4 of mine made the list.
I know.
And somehow we got 5. Explain.
but you didn't even insist on your number 1 movie making the list.
No, but that's because and the one that didn't make the list.
I think you
I'll
choked,
tell him before,
you choked
it's
under the pressure.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and he made a good point. I love that movie. It's a well-made movie. It's a great movie, and it has a lot of funny moments. The reason I didn't insist on it being on the list is because I still have 4 movies on this list. So it's not, I get it, but I love that movie more than anything. You know what I wanted to pick, but I didn't put on this? Just so, since we've taken a moment before we give them the
Home
big
movies?
reveal.
Home movies of your childhood?
No, yeah, well, no.
Okay.
I don't have any. We were too poor to have a video camera. But we had HBO. Ba-boom. Anyways, so we, no, it was Back to the Future. But I look at that more as a sci-fi fantasy movie.
Yeah.
But the reason is I find everything leads back to the best movies of the 80s. Back to the Future, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Breakfast Club. I could put those on every one of my lists, but that wouldn't be fair because I think that would be me and just insisting on things I'm a fan of, not necessarily that what they have in them
You
meets
know what
that
you
criteria.
should do, actually, is put those on a list called Favorite Movies of the 80s.
We don't have that list yet.
Well, we could do that.
We did top horror movies of
did.
the 80s. Yes. So, but my point is that I could insist on all my favorite movies being on there, but it wouldn't be fair if I found other things had a lot more laughs in them. I took your argument and I let 4 of mine be on the list.
Right, good job.
How many of yours are on the list?
Save Ferris. 4.
4. Okay, so we both have 4. So I think we both won, and my number 2 is number 1.
I kicked your number 1 out of the list, though.
Whatever, I kicked some of yours
Sorry.
out.
This is going
Okay,
off the
this
rails.
is going on long enough.
Number
I'm
1.
gonna choke him. Okay.
Do you want to say it or do you want me to?
No, you can say it.
American Pie. It was my number 1, so I should get to say that. American Pie,
It was
classic.
his number 1, my number 2.
Got beat to death with the sequels. Just
I would say after American Wedding, they should have just said it's over.
yes.
But someone wanted to cash in on the direct-to-video market.
and they fucked that pie right into the ground.
They did. They did a naughty thing to that pie.
So, American Pie, super bad. Napoleon Dynamite, Grandma's Boy, or Fast Times, and Grandma's Boy. In that
Yeah,
order.
you had Fast Times at Grandma's
I
Boy.
fix it.
And then if you want, you could pretend that Ferris Bueller was number 1 and those 5 came after it. If you want to pretend. Because that's how I would pretend.
You like?
I'm in Fantasyland.
I know you like to pretend things.
But American Pie, brilliant movie, wonderful. We both love it. It gave us Stifler,
It did. The Stiffmeister.
The Stiffmeister.
Stifler's mom. It gave us Stifler's
Stifler's mom. Yeah, and I think the cultural impact of that is I don't think you get like some of these songs about moms, like
Stacy's mom.
Stacy's mom. I think that kind of permeated the air and kind of
It gave us MILF.
it gave us yes. Yeah, well, I think that was around before. I think porn gave us that, and then they made it mainstream. They made MILF mainstream.
So that's our list. I think there's so many.
Yeah.
I could make arguments for so many other movies too. This one was really tough.
Yeah, matter of fact, I'm just going to go through a couple honorable mentions that I had on my list because I did put some down here.
Okay.
I have 10 Things I Hate About You. I find it more of
That
a
would be-
romantic comedy, but I think that's a great movie. Once again, a lot of great stars like Crumholtz.
Something I'll watch
Yeah.
every time it's on.
I already said Breakfast Club. Technically, Grease 1 and 2, they are comedies, but they're really good teen movies, but played by 30-year-olds.
I would just do a musical list and put those on there.
Now, the one that didn't make my list that I feel kind of ashamed and I should have had on here because it has one of my favorite things is Euro Trip. Scotty doesn't know, Scotty doesn't know, and you have Matt Damon doing a cameo singing that song.
But I think I would put Road Trip on it before that.
Road Trip is really good too, and I actually, because of the when they go and they do the milking, that one is great. But those are some honorable mentions that I had. Did you have any?
I'll give a
honorable-
couple, just because, again, it was so hard to do this list. There were so many I want to put on here, but Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Yep, great one.
Clueless, which, again, I don't know.
A lot of people that would have been in their top 5.
That would be one of my top 5 90s movies.
Yeah.
Was it 90s? Yes.
Yeah.
Van Wilder.
Oh, well, that's more of a college. I didn't even think of it.
Weird Science.
Weird Science. That was one I left off. Gotta love it.
I mean,
You forgot. the
Heathers.
ball.
Heathers. Black comedy.
Heathers. Yeah, very dark. Yes,
But,
dark. That's dark.
Revenge of the Nerds. Porky's. The
Yeah,
list
there's
goes
so
on.
many.
There's so many.
There's so
Meatballs.
many Meatballs. Oh, that one was. That was the raunchy
Right.
early
that's-
80s comedy. So that's it. That's our list. If you love it, let us know. If you hate it, be quiet. No, tell us that too. Tell us that too.
Break it to us gently, though.
Gently, not with a fist, more with a open hand.
Yeah, do it the way Jack Black would do it.
Do it the way Jack Black would do it. But yeah, so that we're gonna let you go with that one. We hope you enjoyed this made the list, right? Bye.